Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Tuesday morning, March 12th, 2024, here at Forex Smart Trade. Our goal is to help you become a successful and profitable currency trader. And we do that by teaching you how to use our simple but highly accurate proprietary trading indicators. And this session is to show you one of the dozen different trade strategies that we have so that you can make your own evaluation as to how good our tools are. And we teach you how to use these tools with personalized one-on-one coaching, which we have found to be the most efficient and effective way to get you from point A to point B. And in my opinion, no one great accomplishes anything without having a good support team and specifically a good coach that helps keep them doing the right things and improving. So with that, let's jump right in. We need to listen to this guy and then we will get going.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the things that I believe makes us different and better is that we are continually focused on training. Our program is a year-long program, although the majority of the training is completed in 17 weeks. We are working with you for an entire year, and because of that, we act as a safety net to see that you continue to improve and are doing the right things right. One of the ways we provide instruction is through these live trade sessions. I do 3 a week, the one we've got this morning and again on Thursday morning and Monday afternoon. And then every evening around 4:15, I send an overnight trade setup that I expect to close in the middle of the night. When you become a regular member, every morning at 10 a.m., we do a live session. Most evenings at 10 p.m., we do a live session. We also have a couple sessions at 6 p.m. And then again, Wednesday evening, we've got an advanced training session every Saturday morning, back to the basics. The market's closed, but we continue to review the various trade strategies and take questions so that you can improve. I like to work off of a little checklist that makes sure I don't forget anything. Good habit, every day restart the green chart, clears out the memory and allows you to pick up any updates. At the end of every day, it is good to review the trades of yesterday. Yesterday, we did take a trade on the overnight trade on the Euro USD. This morning, when I got up, it was still open. It was profitable, but it hadn't closed. And my recommendation is in the morning. I expect that overnight trade to close between 9 and 3 a.m. So when I get up at 5 and I see that it is not closed, I take a look at the chart. And when I looked at it this morning, let's go take a look. 3:12 at say a few minutes after 5. We still had everything coming down on the day, the 12 and the 8. In fact, it was coming down across the board. But looking at the hour chart, we were oversold. When I was looking at it, this was still going down. Oversold on the hour chart. The trade didn't do what I expected it to do during the course of the evening. It was profitable at that point. So as we're oversold here, when we're oversold, to me, it can turn and start going up at any moment. So I don't want to kind of be holding on to this any longer. So what I did is I moved up my stop loss to the entry, and if it was going to move, so my entry was at 1.09266. I pulled my stop loss up to 109.263. So that's 3 points beyond this. So if it pulled back, it would close out essentially at break even, which is what it did. And we're out of the trade now. So now I'm just looking for a new opportunity. That trade, sometimes we don't get the move that we're looking for, and that's okay. If it doesn't happen, don't keep holding on to it. Now some of you tend to close trades quickly. Here, we had waited, 12, 14 hours from when we took the trade at 4. Took the trade at 4. It's 5 in the morning, so that's 13 hours later. And I expected to close, as I said, between 9 and 3 in the morning. If it doesn't close, I reevaluate and then take corrective action, which is what I did. And that's what you should do. We are technical traders, which means we are trading based on the price action, but we want to know what news events are happening so that we can trade around it. And the best place to get those news events, I believe, is forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories: yellow, which is low impact, generally don't worry about those; orange, which is medium impact, I don't worry about those, but you can; and red, which is high impact. And this morning we've got some information on consumer price index. These items can move the market. They can move the market quickly. So I don't like to be holding a trade because the news will trump what the indicators are saying and cause a different movement. So with that, I try to not be holding a position when this happens. So you can see that's another reason for having closed out that Euro USD. Now, this move could make our trade do what we wanted it to do, but that's gambling. We don't know what this news is going to be and how it's going to impact it. So the indicators are very good at telling me, giving me an indication of which direction the market's going to move in. I want to rely on that, not on something that I can't control, which is this news information. And I found on things like this, the CPI, this number's already figured out. Somebody's got it sitting on their desk and they just officially announce it. announce it at that time. People who are connected to the people who create these numbers find out what the number is beforehand and start trading on it. Since we don't have that ability, we're just going to avoid it. So we are not going to trade the USD this morning. We will look at it, but we won't trade it. And now the strategy I'm going to use, we've got a dozen different signals. And as we train people, we focus on their availability to trade and what their risk preferences are, and create a customized trade plan that suits kind of your personality. This one suits mine, the 10-point trade signal. I like to take it off of a 1-hour chart. I like to be 30 minutes into the chart to take the trade. On a 1-hour chart, the trade's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. My sweet spot's 11 pips. If I can carve 11 pips out of that 3 times a day, I am doing terrific. I'm doing well better than I've done in anything else that I've ever done. So, and I expect that to happen in 1 to 3 hours from the point I take the trade. Now that's because we're trading on a 1-hour chart. Versus when we take that overnight trade, we're taking it off of a day chart. So that's one of the differences as to why I'm willing to wait on the other trade. And basically, it's a simple thing. I am just trying to get all the lines to line up. And when I get that, I'm pretty confident in the direction of the move. And we'll figure out what it's worth and take a trade. So with that, let's go ahead and do that. The chart I am going to be trading off of this morning is the Light 6 Major, which is one of our standard charts. It is a composite chart whereby it is showing me 6 different currency pairs. On this first chart, they're all US based. I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. This red and green line is the major indicator. This black and gray line is the minor indicator. And I am looking for situations where we are oversold and the lines are below the oversold line and going up. So kind of like here, I'm going to ride it through the channel and you can see the 2 green lines here, or the lines are above this horizontal blue line, which is the overbought line, like over here, and they're going down. And then I am going to ride it down through the channel, like through here, and then carve out my 11 pips. And here, in the course of 2 hours, there was 14 pips. So that's what I'm looking for. So here, we're in the middle of the channel. The majors are kind of going sideways. Minors are just reaching oversold. So I don't really, well, everybody's going down, but here, this is the slope of the line isn't steep enough. Like I want the slope of the line to be greater than 45 degrees. And if you follow this line, there's 2 kinks in the line where we're going from more steep to less steep. So I don't really like when there's a kink in the line and it goes from more steep to less steep. I want it to go from less steep to more steep. So, and now you can see it's actually turned and gone up. So we are going to pass. We don't have agreement between the lines. Here we touched oversold and are going up. Everybody's going up. I have what's called the double cross with the gray lines on top and the green lines on top. So this is 3 points here. But I don't like it, one, because the green line is more than halfway. If it's just peeking over the halfway, I'll consider it. But once we get like more than halfway, I don't know how much more is left in the move. And I want to take trades that have a high probability of doing what I want. So because we're more than halfway, I'm going to pass. There is good steepness on this line. I like it. If it were a little earlier, maybe. But again, because we've got the news item, we're going to avoid it. Pound USD oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross, greens on top, grays on top. Actually, we'll get a couple kinks in the line here, going from less steep to more steep. So I like this. The slope on the green line is good. So 3 points here. 2 orange lines going up, supporting what I'm seeing here. I want to have at least 3 of these lines supporting. On the blue lines are inversely related. So when blue goes down, that means buy. So dotted blue's coming down here. So I do have 3 of the 4. So that's the second part of the test. Jump down to the pressure, which is the third part of the test. I want these lines either going up or I want the green line on top. I don't have that here, so I would pass. But this is what I'm looking for. Hit oversold. Everybody's going up. The lines are entering the channel. The green line has good steepness to it. The lines are kind of clustered. The more clustered they are, the better. But again, we don't have the pressure with us. Now, I am giving you the kind of the straight rules. Now, sometimes might I trade if I just saw this and this? Yeah, on the Euro USD, I'll sometimes maybe take this trade, but I'll probably look at what the other indicators on, like, say, the 2-hour or 4-hour chart are doing, and say, even though this hasn't crossed, it's going to cross soon, and I'll jump in here. But as we're doing this together, I don't want to take a trade that, I want to kind of follow the rules strictly. Dollar, Canadian dollar, oversold going down. Can I get 11 pips when we're oversold and going down? Yes, I can. It's just not part of my trade plan. Here, you get 7 pips. You got 7 pips so far. I don't want to get stuck when this turns holding the trade. I don't want to get stuck when this turns holding the trade. Dollar, Swiss franc, oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. So 3 points here. Good steepness on the green line. Green line's entering the channel. I've got 3 of the 4 up here telling me buy. Thick orange is going up. 2 blue lines going down. I do have the green line on top. Downward pressure. So this is a point, 3 points, 3 points. So I've got 7 points here. I'm not going to go into the confirmation stage because I want to save our time to see if we can find something we're going to trade at, because I'm not going to take a trade on the USD this morning. USD yen, miners have run through to overbought. Majors have turned and going down in the channel, so we don't have agreement. I've cloned this chart and made a chart with non-USD pairs. Euro pound overbought. Everybody's going down. Double cross, so 3 points here. I am not crazy about this. So I do have the 3 points here, but I'm not crazy about this. One is because the majors have been overbought for a long time. I prefer that it comes up and turns and comes down. When it's been overbought like this, this has been 7 hours, and it's been hanging up here. So I want to take trades where there's a high probability that the move is going to do what I think it's going to do. When it's been hanging up here, that reduces the probability. On my TNTs, thick orange is going down. Thin orange is sideways and going up. now it's coming down. But the steepness on, now it's going up. So I only have 2 of the 4 here. I have up pressure here with the red on top, but I don't have what I want from the TNT, so I'm going to pass. Australian dollar, yen. We've got disagreement between the majors and minors, so we're going to avoid it. Euro, Canadian dollar, oversold. Everybody's going up, double cross. So that's 3 points. Lines are entering the channel. That's a plus. Lines are clustered. That's a plus. I don't like that we have a kink in the line. The green line is greater than 45 degrees, but we're going from more steep to less steep. When we get this kink in the line, that tells me the move might be running out of steam. 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down. So 3 of the 4 here, telling me buy. Pressure's not quite there. Weak down pressure with red on top. I want either of these lines going up or the green line on top. So we're going to pass. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, overbought. Minors coming down. Majors not there yet. Kind of sideways still. Green lines coming down, red lines going up. So we're going to pass. Pound, yen. Oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. But I don't like the slope of the green line here. The slope of the green line is less than 45 degrees. I want this to be greater than 45 degrees. So I'm going to pass. Euro, Australian dollar. Oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. With the green line on top, the gray line on top. Green line is entering the channel. I like that. Good steepness on the green line. I like that. I don't mind that the miners have run through the channel. So 3 points here. 2 orange lines going up, telling me buy. Dotted blue coming down. Thick blue coming down. So all 4 telling me buy. And I've got sideways pressure. Green line is going up. Red line is going down. So I don't technically have the pressure I want here. But just for the heck of it, Euro, AUD, buy. My confirmation would be what's going on with the 2 and the 4 hour. So Euro, AUD. Let's just take a look at it. What I'm looking for confirmation is on the 2 hour and the 4 hour. I want the major indicator to be oversold. Now here we touched oversold and it's turning. I like it a little bit better when it comes down below the red line. And on the 4 hour, we touched it and everybody's going up. I don't care if the lines are going up on the confirmation, but we have that. So this is that's a plus. The other thing is all the majors are going up across the board. Now that's not part of my confirmation, but I'm looking at that. When I see all the lines going up across the board, I like that. That's a good trade to me. Then the question would be, what would the trade be worth if I were to take it? So I want to look at a clean chart. So you can see I'm going to draw support and resistance. So let's put the pair in here. Support and resistance is where the lines, the wicks of the line seem to naturally stop. And I want to crunch up the chart so I have more data points to kind of draw these lines. And those natural stopping spots will be the limits of where I will take take the trade. So you can see it's kind of stopped in here, over here, over here, over here. Let's draw one up above. On the Euro USD, these tend to be about 30 to 40 pips apart. So you can see it's stopping in here, stopping over here, in here, here. So let's open it back up. So we're at 1.6512 to 1.6560. So that's about 50 pips, 48 pips. Now, I want to know how much room we have from where we're at to this next line. So 36 pips up, 14 pips down. And the other thing I want to know is what's the trend? The trend is the way the candles have been moving. So here you can kind of argue from here to here. This is an uptrend. This is a downtrend. And here it's kind of a sideways trend. The reason I want to know the trend is that's going to help me figure out how many pips I want to take, because I don't want to, if I'm trading against the trend. So if I'm here and I see a little bit of a buy signal, I don't want to take a buy signal and then it keep going down. I get stopped out. So I'm going to take less pips to get that little piece of the move without getting caught in it moving the other way. So so we've got a buy signal here, and we've got roughly 36 pips. And how much do we have to here? Here's where the candles have kind of stopped. That is 17 pips, because we can see if I drop another line in here. You can argue that it might be stopping in here too. So let's go ahead. Let's take one more look at, take a look at the signal one more time. This is weakened just a bit since we watched it. There's a little kink in the line here. We're going from more steep to less steep. This is still greater than 45 degrees. Up, up. This has changed. I'm going to go ahead and take a 15 pip buy. 15 pip buy on the Euro Australian dollar. So to do that, you can do it in your simulator or Euro AUD. I do not have that open here. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart. Euro AUD is going to be down in this third group. Euro AUD, where are you? Up here. I'm going to change it to a 1 hour chart. I'm going to what is the spread here? Wow, the spread is more than a pip. We're going from 23.7 to 24.4, so that's a pip and a half. But if we're taking a 15 pip trade, that's okay. Taking a 15 pip, but you want to take a look at what the spread is. This is a big spread, and you want to make sure that there's enough points or pips in the trade to make it worthwhile to recover that. because it's got to move a pip and a half before I'm making any money. So new order based on the lot size. This is a demo account. It's got 10,000 in it. I'm going to move this lot size over 4 spots, or this decimal place over 4 spots, so I can take a trade. The optimal trade would be 1.08. I can take anywhere from half of that to double it. So I am going to double it. So 1.0, 1.09, if I round up, times 2, it's going to be 2.18. So I'm going to make my lot size 2.18 because I'm not taking any more trades in this account. It's going to be a market buy. It records it. Then I'm going to right click on it, go to modify. I am going to take 15 pips on this. 15 pips is 150 points. I just add an extra 0. I click this little blue button. It does the math for me. And we're going to use a 3-to-1. So if I'm taking 15 pips for take profit, I'm going to use 45 pips for a stop loss. Again, add a 0. Click the little red button. It does the math for me. Go to modify. And here's my stop loss. Here's my take profit. My take profit is within these candles. And if we go back to, if we look back to here, I want to stay underneath. If I'm thinking that this is the line, this keeps me underneath. This keeps me underneath this line here. So we took a buy on the Euro AUD with a take profit of 1.65413. That's a take profit of 1.65413 and a stop loss of 1.64820. 1.64820. And I expect this trade to close within the next 1 to 3 hours. Within the next 1 to 3 hours. And let's just double check and see where all right, so it's still moving up. This is losing a little gas, moving up. So I'm happy with this trade. So we kind of broke the rule here. We didn't have the pressure with us. It is sideways. But based on what I'm seeing on the major indicator on the 2-hour and the 4-hour, I still took the trade. Okay, gang. Thanks so much for joining me. I am always honored that people tune in to watch this. If you want to learn to trade, these indicators are the best I found. They're simple to use, and once you learn the tricks behind them, they're easy to trade with. And we are so confident that we can teach you those tricks and how good the indicators work that will let you trade with our money once we've trained you. If you have questions and want additional me, is to just schedule a call at www.forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. You get on my calendar and you get a full 30 minutes with me. Thanks so much. And we'll see you this afternoon when I do the overnight trade. Bye-bye.